Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome. And thank you for joining us. I'm gonna, this is the second time I sat down here to try to film tonight and left my phone sitting over plugged up. So I finally got my phone over here now. I sat down, pulled me out some papers and things to make some tags and journal cards with and decorate up and fix up. So hopefully I got enough stuff here, and then I also forgot that I had these up here, journal cards. This kit is from My Porch Prints, and then the other kit where it had like the ledger in the background with the butterflies came from, where did you come from, kit? Oh, Citrus Journal. That's where these ledgers came from. And the postie cards come from My Porch Prints. And I had a kit. So I'm just going to stick all that back up there because I may pull out some more. Which I think with all of these and what I've got pulled and made, I think we'll have enough. Some of these need to be back. Some of them just need to be cut in half. And, you know, just worked on. These here came from a, they used to have these little Prima pads. This is the Artist, and these were the only ones that had butterflies in them. So, pulled those out. And I think I'm going to put me a purple butterfly on this one, and just round the edges of them, and I think that's going to be pretty on those. This is a little tag that came from a little shop called the Pop Shelf. Just had like pink, yellow, and like a teal green tag set in them for like a gift tag, and it's got butterflies on it. I thought would go in here. And then yeah, and then the rest of it's like some scrapbooking papers and stuff. So I think I'm gonna put that purple butterfly on the front of that. I don't think I'll put any bling on it, just because that's gonna make it, you know, kind of hard to write on. Now these were misprints. It was supposed to have been printed vertical, and I printed it horizontal and cut the tops off of them. So I'm going to cut that down and just make those into a little journal card. And I believe these were My Porch Prints as well from way back when. They were supposed to be mason jars. So I'm just going to use those in here because it's got the purple butterfly on them. So some of this stuff we got to cut. Some of it, you know, we're just going to work our way through it. That's what we are going to do today. I need to cut this down. And then this is from some scrapbook pads that has some things in it I thought would go in here. So, yep, that's what we're doing. So hopefully we'll have enough stuff here to decorate and fill these pockets and stuff up with. I might have too much, which is always a good thing, you know. Always a good thing. Oh, and I just saw in this package here, I do have some of those papers that we tipped in. I've got some of that, so we'll do this here with it. And there's this little timepiece. Heck yeah, we'll use that. All right. And then these, I think I got these at Michael's Hobby Lobby or the Dollar Tree. Don't know, but look, it's like the vellum print on the butterfly, and it's layered, so that's pretty neat. I love that. Okay, so we can use these as toppers too. So we got a bunch of stuff to play with. This one here, I need to trim the bottom piece down and I'm just gonna save that. We can add that to a strippy strip. I had another one in here too. These little strips here, I'm just going to keep them because we can add that to our cluster pieces. And I've got me this little box here. I just put all my strips in to make clusters out of. So that's what we're going to start off with today. And see how far we get. So we got quite a few things that we got to fill up and make ephemera. get that stuff going. Need to get my ink out. So hopefully I won't make too big of a mess. Yep. So today I had a pretty decent day at work. It was slow in the afternoon. So when I got there, the truck had already been put up. Charles did a great job today, and I forgot to tell him that. So I need to tell him that tomorrow. So he did a pretty good job of getting the truck and everything put up. So then when I got there, I just had to, you know, handle the cigarettes and put them up and make sure that what we said came. And let's see, I need to refill that up. I need to get me some silver ones. Y'all hear my feet sticking to my flip-flops? I just got out of the foot soak. So my feet's sticking to my flip-flops. Yeah, I need to refill this here. So I gotta get by the Hoblob and get me some more silver thingy bobs here. And yes, everything is a thingy bob. If I can't get the name of it out of my mouth, it's a thingy bob. What are these things called? Eyelets. Yes, eyelets, that's what they are. That one there is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. So let's pull that one out. Come here, you. There we go. So I have a stash box over there. You know what? Why don't we put some colors on these? This is a colorful journal. Let's put some colored bits on it. So I don't use the colored bits that much, but I do need to fill this up. I didn't know I was that low with him. I think these are some that I had ordered from Temu. Alright, so let's precariously stack you in here in the Christmas ephemera box on my ephemera building station. I love these little carts, y'all. I love my little carts for my ephemera building station. Let's see. Let's just put the hot pink on it. Why not? We're going to do the colors. Let's do the colors, yo. Yes, let's do it. Do the colors. That was the big one, wasn't it? Alright. I'll quit a jaw jacking and get my stuff together here in a minute. Maybe. I'll get myself situated here in just a hot minute. About the time, you know, I should be getting off the video, I'll be crafting good. That's usually what happens to me. I think I just popped my neck trying to get that tight. That worked out pretty good. Worked out pretty good. What am I looking for? I need a small piece for you. Let's use these bits right here up. One of these little bitty small pieces here. I think I'm just going to tie me a bow on it and let it ride. If I can get it on there. So yeah, anyways, today at work was not too bad until the evening time. You know, after about, let's see, what was it? Around 5:30 or so. Well, 4:30-ish. Started getting a little steady. You know, I was at work and I was watching Miss Carrie's live where she was showing us how to do the cinch. And that was a good video she did. She sure did. But by the time she started getting to where she was lining her papers up and stuff, I was getting a little steady busy, so I had to get off the paying. Well, had to quit paying attention, and I was following along in the chat and that, you know, and interacting a little bit as I could, per work permitting. So that was a fun afternoon. I hardly ever get to catch her or Angela live on their channels. I always catch the replay. So I was doing that today, and I came across a a list of new crafters to me that was in her live chat and that she was talking about on her live. So that's always fun. Find new people. So then I said, well, I'll just make a list of people, you know, while they're in here and interacting and saying hey and hi and all this and that. And then I'll go check their channels out this weekend when I have my day off. And I'm going to be sitting here printing. I think I'm going to print again this weekend. And then, so then that way I'll have, because I'm about down to, I need to get down to my Christmas stuff to print off. So I'm going to print that stuff this weekend and then do my Christmas share for Monday. So while I'm printing and stuff, I'll be sitting here checking out new to me channels. So next week we'll try to get some of them shared on here, which, you know, I'm not a big channel by no means, but, you know, any little bit helps if you're sharing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we do here in this community, is we share each other. That needs a word or numbers. I got so much stuff over here where I got all my little stuff hid at. Kind of can't get in there. Just needs a little something on it. You know what I mean? Just a little something. Here, let's just put this down here. Kind of looks Frenchy. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, cute. Okay. Now, we could put a little topper tag in that, but I'm just going to use it as a journal card. And you can write on that with a dark pen, so it'd be fine. All right. Now, this piece here I need to hang on to because I think I'm going to use it on something else. And this, we're just going to round and ink that. I may wind up trying to add that piece to a pocket or just as a little tuck somewhere in the journal. I need to put you right there so I don't lose you. But yep, and then Miss Maggie, her video was playing. She's doing the junk journal in July, and I didn't have the volume up. I'm sorry, Miss Maggie. When your video was playing, that I think today was her second day of doing the junk journal in July. I watched the one yesterday she did, and I don't know who all's doing it, and there's several different channels doing junk journal in July, so I'm completely lost. That's why I said I just stick to doing my own thing over here. You know, because sometimes, you know, there's so many channels doing so many of the challenges and stuff. It's hard to keep up with. It really is. I think I'm going to put this on here. Even though we have silver bits to this journal, I think that's going to be really pretty on that little tag there. But yeah, I said I think I'll just keep to myself and not do any of the the junk journal July stuff this year. I'm not going to do any of the Christmas in July channels or challenges because, you know, that kind of got my stuff behind last year. So I felt like I went from doing Christmas in July. I did a couple of fall journals and I went right into Christmas after that. So let's see. I think I'm just going to do that with that, and I think that's going to be cute. Or we can just move it around to where it's at the top. I like that. Okie doke. That'll be into our scrap bin. I need to get me a scrap bin box, or just make one of my, just make me a scrap bin. I really do. Because it is just ever overflowing over here. Now, all them little bitty scrippy scraps and stuff like that, I plan on sometime in the future making me a fabric lace journal cover and putting all of the bits and colors and stuff on it. I think it's going to be pretty. Alright, so now this, we just need to get a different, what was that at on that page? I think that pocket was on like the teal or the blue. The blue or the teal. I think the teal's going to go on it, just for the fact that the teal is down here on the bottom. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I forgot, it's got that little plastic thing on there. It holds it so it don't unravel, so I got to cut that off. I know I got my screen and my desk is just busy right now. I'm so sorry, y'all. That good old pair of anything scissors there. Them suckers work great. Okay. Trying to get me a little bag up here. Put this in so it don't unravel all over my desk. Because ask me how I know that happens. Because I dropped one and it went rolling about 20 foot over there underneath my bed. The whole thing unraveled. So I just shoved it all in a little baggie. Yes, it sure did. Fun times. So some things like this is, you know, specialized and to that page. So I wanted to make sure that I got the right color lacy bit to it. And I love that just hanging down. And it matches the green that's on it. Let's see if I can do a bow on it, maybe. And that was the biggest reason why I leave it just dangling, is because I have such an issue with tying bows. And it's not that I can't tie bow, it's my fingers don't want to help me out in no shape, form, or fashion when I'm trying to tie bow. The fingers just don't want to work, y'all. That's just all there is to it. They just don't. We'll just trim that little snippety bit there, and we'll put that in our little jar of, we're going to glue this to something else later on. There we go. That's going to be cute. Okay. I'm just going to leave that over there for now. We'll get this piece back over here because we'll need it. And as I open these, I'm putting them in those baggies and putting it over here in my working box, because that's where it needs to go, so I can work on it and use it up. Now I done got myself in a mess here. Alright, I really don't need this glue pad right at the moment, so let's get you out of my face, put you up here. Good job. Alright, and this is just a little journal card. It came in like a fussy cut page and pack of a journal scrapbooking way back when, so I thought it'd be cute in here. And we're going to cut this and poke a hole in that, and it'll make us a tag out of that. And it was the same thing. It was just a big old fussy sheet, one of those big old Michaels scrap packs, hot buy pads. And well, if I can get a hold of that sucker, it keeps wanting to slide away from me. And put this on there. I saw Miss Betty had posted on Instagram. She had made a real pretty, I don't know if it was a cover or a journal card, but it had butterflies on it, kind of a grungy look. It was real pretty. I was like, oh, look at that. Me and Miss Betty working on butterflies together. She is in Ohio, Miss Betty. She's a good friend. Been a long time friend on my channel. Her and a few other ladies, very, very supportive. And like I say, you know, I work so much, it's kind of hard for me to get to watching any and every video that I want to watch and be supportive to my friends. But, you know, sometimes I may not catch you live, but I will try my best to at least get the replay of it. You know what I'm saying? Just to show my support. Let's see, will that work? Heck yeah, let's do that. If y'all could, I've got my 3-tier tray, 1, 2, 3 boxes, and then now I'll just stack this here up. All of this is stacked up level with my head, and that's like where the camera's at. Oh, I think that may go better with it. Who knows? Let's just use it, because this is the use up stuff, you know? Because it was in a scrap pack, and it's not going to be bought anymore. So I'm just trying to work my way through it, you know? I think that's 3 different pieces wrapped around that. Because I thought these would be a good idea, but then, you know, after a while, it's just bulky. And it's easier to use the little baggies. I mean, it really is. Just a whole lot easier to use the little baggies. Now I've got that lace bundle pack over here that I was going to keep in a little tray. So now I need to, now I'm bumming the baggies from that. So I got to remember, I got to get some more baggies. And it's just like from the jewelry section at Hobby Lobby. They have the little bitty bags. And then they have, it's like a 2 by 3 bag. And then they have like a 4 by 6 bag. So like this is like a 2 by 3, and then this is like the 4 by 6 baggie. Love them. Perfect, perfect, perfect for, you know, the little lacy bits. And like I say, if I had to, if I had time, I would prefer to have them wrapped around little spool things, but I don't have the time to sit and unwrap all of my lacy bits and put them in it. It's just easier for me to shove it in the baggie, you know. And then I'll put them in my little acrylic trays, you know. So that's what I do. And that's pretty much what I do. Got several little baggies in there, just little pieces of this and that needs to be used up. Alright, I like that. That's cute. Okay, now this has got a little bitty hole, but we're going to change that. Oh, I don't care. I like the back of it. You can write on it with a dark pen. And we're going to change this here. Look at this. I'm going to put rose gold on that. That'd be pretty to match that butterfly, would it not? I think it sure would. It sure will be pretty on there if I can get it on there. Get a hold of it. Yeah, because it's starting with, I sat down here and I was going through my stuff and I was like, I don't really know where to start at today. And then, you know, I was like, well, just take your own advice and just start. Just find something and start on it. So, here we are. Now, I do not have that color in it, or that color. Oh, well, no, yeah, I do. There's just some peach. There's some peach. Let's do that. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. I was about to tell y'all fib, but I didn't have any peach color stuff, but there it is. I have peach lace, but I wanted, you know, we're trying to use up our scrappy bits first before I break into my new stuff. You know what I mean? Tie that. I'm going to do a knot because I think that's going to come untied if I don't. Well, I said I was going to, but can't get a hold of it. There we go. There we go. I know I keep putting a cover on these because I'm afraid I'm going to knock them off and stab myself with them. Maybe I don't need to lay them on the edge of the table. That would probably help me, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's cute. I like that. I'm just going to ink around that. And that'll be pretty in there. Just trying to find things that pulls all of the colors that's in it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's easy, sometimes not so much. Because there is, you know, quite a bit of color in this. It's very, very bright and colorful. That's why I think it makes it so pretty. All right, get in the baggie, buddy. Now it wants to attach to my hand. I don't have glue on me, so what are you doing? Maybe it's the static. It's the static cling. Okay. This one's got a small hole too, but we're going to fix that too. Let's see, what color do we have that's going to match that? Probably nothing but white. So what am I guesstimating? Oh, look, I did have this color here. That's that. That adds too much, ain't it? That's a bit much. Yeah, let's put white on this one. Okay. What I do is I lay it down and I put it, and then I'll just work my finger around the hole of it so I don't tear the paper to get it to go over it. Because some of these are just a little hair too big. And if you force them on there, it's going to break your paper. Okay, there we go. That's pretty. I know y'all are probably tired of looking at that, but I need that to stay out so I can put it on something else. Alright. Let's put this on here. Now this is a ribbon, not lace, but that's okay. It's just part of the colorways of getting it used up. So I'm hoping that it'll work. I think I cut that just a smidget too much, too long. A smidget too long. It's okay. And some of these cut off pieces of like trims and laces and ribbons and stuff that I put over here in this scrap bin wind up decorating some of my clusters too as well. So okay, you know, no, I'm not going to leave it that long. We're just going to cut it here. And there we go. That's done. And these I'll just put over here in my little snippet bin. This came out of a scrapbooking paper pad. So I'm trying to get all the pieces where, you know, where we can do the lacy bits and that done in this video today, and not trying to get into the backing part. Now this here, I'm going to put a small eyelet in. Hopefully I can get a small one in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to because I messed that up, but we're going to get them. Yeah, I got gold there. Let's do that. Okay, there's something else stacked up over here beside of me now. Oh, me. Alright, so now I gotta switch this. Hope that it works. Oh, yeah, there we go. I don't know if I'm going to put a string or anything through it, but that's cute, ain't it? Better just having a hole there and leaving it. Okay. I'm going to switch this back because I need it for my other ones. Okay, are you the fat one? Yes, you are the fat one. Okay, yep. Is that the one I need, or do I need this one, other one here? I can't remember now. I done messed it up. Nope, it is that one. Yep, okay. Yes, ma'am, I'm that special. I'm trying to find something that I know will go through that. I got some baker's twine up here of different colors. Yep, I'll just put a little snippet of you on there. It'll be fine. Okay. Well, I gotta put it over here so I can hang on to it. I'm sorry I'm off camera. There we go. I'm literally feeling like I'm sitting here telling my thumb to pinch. Like, really, that's what I feel like I'm doing. Okay, do I want to back you? Probably need to put a little bit of something on there. So, you can write on it. Yep, I think that'll work. Okay, now we're going to stack this up over here. I'm just going to cut this here. Make it even it up. So I need the backing papers out anyways because I'm going to need to back some more stuff. Let's see, how wide are you, buddy? You are 3 1/4, so let's do 3. Or 2 7/8. And you are what tall? 4 1/4. So let's do right at 4. That way it's going to be inset on it. And I'll have a little border around it. I think that'll be pretty. So let's just round these bits here to match. And then glue this sucker down. How do you like them apples? I need to glue this. Let's first make sure that it fits in there. Yep, that's good. That's fine. It's not a border all the way around, but you know, it's inset a little bit. It's fine and dandy. It's writing space better than what's on there now. Oh, and you're just all kinds of crooked, aren't you? Just all kinds of crooked. Look at you. Okay. I was like, I'm going to hit that edge because I think I got it over, but no, I didn't. Okay, so now there's this a real pretty little journal card with the writing space on the back. Okay, so now we are getting to the tags that I cut out of scrapbook paper. These pretty much just need toppers on them. There's quite a bit of stack of them. Just trying to get, let's ink them all. And I think these, I'm going to do the slot punch in all of these. I know, I think that would be really pretty on them. That looks really pretty inked up, doesn't it? I think so. Sorry about the paper popping, but you know, it's thicker cardstock, so that's why I'm not backing these. And these I did run through, even though it kind of looks white, it's not. It's like a off. This is kind of like a real light gray. That's a real light blue. And I think the other one was like a greenish color, almost a purpley blue. Yep. So I did the lightest shade of the color palette that I had for the background colors, where it's like a solid color. So then that way it wouldn't have just a stark white on it. So I just took my 12 by 12 because you gotta find seamless. That's the if you find seamless and do 12 by 12, then it should print, you know, cover up your whole back of your scrapbooking paper. And I was going to try to print my coffee dye and tea dye on them, and I forgot. I was like, well, you know what, honey bunny, that coffee dye and tea dye is just for 8.5 by 11, so you know, you kind of can't do that. Let's see if I can get this where it started around it. there and not make it look so messed up. And then where it's black, I'm just going to take my black soot and just go around the top of it. Yeah, so that kind of, you know, so it doesn't, not as obvious that we cut the trim off of it, you know what I mean? Those are T-dot on the back, so I think those will be okay. Put them, one in the front, one in the back. And these are the smaller tags, and some of them have the butterflies right up top. I'm not going to try to put a topper on these. I'm just going to ink them, and they'll be ready. I don't want to mess up the butterfly by trying to put a topper on them, you know, because that's the whole point of them. They got butterflies on them. And these are backed with the darker tea stain print. I think them will be real pretty in there. And I printed several copies of this because this is pretty for fall too. So we'll have us a couple of sets for our fall journals with them. And I keep rubbing it. It's my 32-pound paper that I use for my and it's real smooth textures, or hardly no texture at all on it. That's why it takes the ink so well. And it's the Staples brand, 32-pound. And, oh, yes, that's another thing I forgot to tell you, y'all. Miss Betty, I know you get it. I'm not sure about Miss Maggie. But the Staples brand through Walmart.com. And it is this, and it has on there, it was $14 and some change. It was last week and this weekend, this past weekend. It may be off sale by now. But I ordered some this past Sunday, and it got here yesterday, and then I ordered some the Sunday before, and it was $14 and some change on Walmart.com. So I ordered, I got 4 packs because, you know, the Staples brand, you go to Staples, and it is $27.92, I think, for 1 pack of it. And I'm telling y'all, that paper it's just so pretty to print on. And I love it. So then I found it on Walmart.com for $16 in the past. And then I found it for like $19 the last time. And then here this past couple weeks, it was $14 and some change. And it is the Staples name brand. And it is 32-pound, 98 bright printer paper. These are some pretty postcards I thought would go in here with the butterflies on them. And I'm not doing hardly anything to them. We're just inking them up. I don't even want to round the corners on them because it's going to mess up where the stuff is on them. And these would be pretty for fall as well, so I'm printing a couple copies of them. I know it's just a lot of paper popping right now, but this is 65-pound white cardstock that I printed this on. And then I printed the darker tea stain on the back of it. So I thought about this weekend going ahead and trying to get some of my fussy cutting done for fall. I may do that Sunday. But it's quick, but it's I don't know, it's just, I don't know if I want my back to hurt or my hands to hurt, you know what I mean? Because you gotta stand, I stand up and, you know, back and forth, and I've got several mats now. I've got like 3 or 4 mats of different, I have 2 low tack and 2 regular, or 2 standard tack mats for my brother's scan and cut. So as soon as one gets done, I load it up and shove another in it. Just keep them going. And I mean, not just non-stop. And that's how I get a whole lot of stuff done in one day, because I'm off, you know. Was there for a while. I was only off on a Saturday. Now I'm off Saturday and Sunday. So, like I said, I think Saturday I'm going to try. And I've been printing at night some. After I get done doing my video, I'll get it going and get it loading up, and then I'll sit here and print and watch a movie or Game of Thrones, or, you know, something like that. Just a break from everything, you know, because there's only so many other channels I can watch, or other videos I can watch, to where it starts messing with my creativity. Does that make sense? You know, some things you can watch and you're like, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I might like to try that, or, you know. But sometimes, you know, when you have a vision of a journal, because this is turning out completely different from how I had envisioned it. But it's turning out very lovely, and I'm happy. Now, these we got to back, and this one we don't have to back. We just got to cut it in half and do some stuff to it. But yeah, so sometimes, you know, it kind of hinders my creativity, watching other channels. So I try to, especially when I'm working on something, like I'm in the midst of doing this journal, and it's kind of taking a life of its own, so to speak. And so now I'm like, I want to block out everything else, you know. So I'm like, yeah. So that's where I'm at now, because I'm just trying to block out other stuff. And then don't take that as, you know, as in a mean way. Just for me, and to finish my vision of this journal. Sometimes I have to do that. I just have to block everything else out, creative wise, so I can, you know, hone in on my own creativity. Does that make a little better sense, or sound a little better, I guess? But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. And I pulled these out of it was a botanical script Dress My Craft 6x6 paper pad. I ordered off of Michaels.com a couple of years ago when they were running a 6x6 paper pad sale for like $2.50, $3 for all of them. So I bought just pretty much everyone they had. And so that's how I come up with quite a few of my 6x6 pads, is doing that kind of stuff. I like how that wound up right in the middle. Oops. You know, you can't corner round it if you don't put it in the corner rounder. Now these, some of them I'll have to trim a little bit, you know, on certain sides and that, to get the butterflies on it, to make them fit into the pockets. So these we'll need to do a little more work on. I think I am done with this one here. So I think all of these I wanted to do the slotted punch on these. I think this I'm gonna put up for now, because I don't think I need that. How long have I been on here yapping? 50 minutes, not too bad. And we got us a pile of stuff. with some lacy bits and stuff in it. And we got another pile of stuff here that we got to add lacy bits to. Oh, that looks good. I was wondering if this was going to ink up good, and it sure does. Oh boy, it looks pretty. Because it kind of looks like it's kind of got like a, I don't know, it's not really like a sheen to it, but it's kind of a matte gloss is the best way I can describe it. A matte gloss. I hadn't never really used the Dress My Craft papers before. So I don't know if it's just this paper pad or if all of their paper pads are that way. But if you can tell, it's not really glossy, but you can tell, you know, that it's not paper. Does that make sense? The best, like I said, the best way I can describe it is a matte gloss finish. And I like the way it inks. It looks good. Shoot, I got a whole paper pad of that. We can tear into that, making us up some pre-made tags and stuff. Because I've got stuff pulled out here that I found in these boxes. I'm like, shoot, I'm pulling that out and using that. Heck, it ain't gonna stay in there. Alright, so that's all tags we need to put topper bits on. Yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow. And I'll get those bits cut. Put these right here because I'm going to use them on some of those paper pieces. Alright, so let's see. This one here, now I know my pockets are 4.5. So I want these journal cards. They're going to be journal cards because I'm going to back them on my backing paper, and that'll sturdy them up. So I know my all of my pockets are 4.5. So I think 4 will be good and plenty. And then these little strips, guess where they're going to go? In our collage pack. Heck yes. Shut up. Then I'll back them, and then we'll round the corners and all that stuff. And I may sit here after I get off camera, get this video going, uploading, and get all these backed. And then that way that'll be done. So let's see here. I'm going to trim right around in this area. And then I'll flip it over and do it at the 4. Just because I want the, you know, the butterflies on it mainly. You know what I'm saying? And then we can just use these strippies in our collage stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do in my collage boards too. Now these are white and red. And I was like, shut up, that's pretty. But see, there's one over here by itself. So I'm trying to get these two and see if I can't catch that one by itself. Yep, there it is. We got it. So see, perfect. This one here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut right up to that butterfly there. And then try my best not to de-wing any butterflies in this video making. We're going to clip the edge of that one's wing. Yep. Then that way we'll have and these papers came from Temu. And they are 4 by what is that? 5 and about 7/8 maybe ish, thereabouts. Now where this butterfly is directly in the middle, we can I started to say we can just middle that up, but why not just cut them flower bits off over here and just go on with it. There you go. These are really pretty. I've got several of these little thinner paper packs from Temu when I was going Temu crazy, you know. I mean, well, shoot, it was $1, you know what I mean? And after a while, there's, you know, all the dollar things added up. That's real pretty. Alright. So then we have, that's quite a little bag of scraps here to do some collage with. So we need to probably make a few collage boards out of that and get that worked down. And that's just scrap pieces out, just like that. I just cut off the stuff I'm working on. Okay, so these need to be back. These need to have toppers. And I'll need this glue stick to back them. So I'll put that over there. I'm gonna put these up before I cut myself, because y'all know I'm clumsy and dangerous. All right. So now all of these we cut apart and turned into tag shapes with a scrapbook and paper. And those I printed on the back of with the different colors. And then I know I have a bunch more of these. I have like 2 each of each set that I have put back in my stash in my box. Now these I did not back, but as you can see, they're getting scuffed with the what's that? The ink, because my thing is falling apart. What do you call that? Vintage photo. Good gracious, woman. So all of that, we've done all of this, you know, getting ready today. This was already cut out. We just inked it, and I'm going to put that on a pocket as a little tuck somewhere. So we got this, and this, and this, and this, and these, and these. Now these are also great size. They're 4 and around 7/8-ish. Great size to make little tucks and or pockets out of this little journal card set. They sure are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 tuck spots that you could use in a journal. That'd be really pretty. And I'm thinking about doing that, making like just a grungy fall colored journal, just, you know, browns and stuff like that, just fall tone things. So I may use a set of these and just take my coffee dye paper, put I don't know, 10 to 15 pages, probably about 12 pages, you know, not folded, and then take and use a set of these and some of my other grungier stuff, and seeing I have these tags, that would make a real pretty fall journal. So I mean, we've got a lot of ephemera done today. It takes a lot of work to get a journal's worth of ephemera done. So then there's those. We did the toppers and the little bits on. So them's gonna be fun. I love that. That's so pretty. But yeah, so we've got quite a bit of ephemera. I think hopefully once we get this done, I'm pretty sure we'll have enough to fill this journal up. So I'm going to get off of here for today. And I'm not going to put any of it in there. And, you know, we just have to do the show and tell when we get done with our makes and the videos. I always try to do that just to show you how much you can do in an hour, you know. So when this is one of the biggest reasons I started my channel, is to keep me in check of, you know, when I buy and what I spend my money on, you know, am I going to use it? If I'm not going to use it in the next 6 to 7 months, you know, if it's on sale, then, you know, sometimes sales come back around. And then, you know, I need another paper pad, like I need a hole in the head, I'm telling y'all, but sometimes they're just so pretty, you got to get them. But I mean, that's a lot of ephemera to, you know, to ink and cut and get together for a journal. So, I mean, you do all that in an hour, shoot, yeah. Sit down and have a ball. Thank y'all. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll get this stuff put in our journal. I am going to back these here tonight and let them dry. And then we'll cut them up tomorrow And they're just going to be rounded in ink. And then we'll put the toppers on these. And we'll decorate our journal up tomorrow, y'all. And it should be done after that. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And we will talk at y'all tomorrow. Have a good day.